Have you ever sat quietly, maybe with a cup of tea in your hands, and suddenly thought, if I could go back 20 or 30 years, I'd do things differently? It's a thought many people have, sometimes in passing, sometimes with a little sting in the heart. I've had those moments too, and I've spoken to enough people in their 80s to know one thing: it's not the things they did that haunt them most. It's the things they didn't do. The choices they postponed, the dreams they tucked away for another day, the conversations they never had. But here's the truth I want you to hold on to today: you're not at the end of the road yet. You're still here. Your story is still being written, and the pen is in your hand. Yes, some doors may have closed, but others are wide open, waiting for you to step through. One of the biggest regrets people share later in life is not taking better care of their health sooner. It's not just about avoiding illness, it's about missing years of feeling strong, mobile, and energetic. I once heard an 84-year-old man say, "I didn't realize I was wasting my healthy years sitting on the couch. By the time I wanted to explore the world, my body had other plans." It's a bittersweet reminder that our bodies are the vehicle for all of life's adventures. The good news? You can still start now. Even a short daily walk can work wonders. Gentle stretching before bed can ease your joints. Cooking one extra meal at home instead of grabbing something processed can fuel your body in a way you'll feel in your bones. You don't need to train for a marathon, you just need to choose movement and nourishment as acts of self-respect. Another regret I hear often is letting relationships fade. People get busy, misunderstandings happen, pride gets in the way, and suddenly, it's been years since you called that old friend or reached out to your cousin. At 80, many look back and wish they'd picked up the phone more often, written that letter, or simply said, "I'm thinking of you." Loneliness is one of the heaviest burdens in later years, and the sad thing is, it's often avoidable. It doesn't take much to reconnect. One small message, one shared memory, one cup of coffee can bridge years of silence. If there's someone on your mind right now, take that as a sign. Reach out before the moment passes. Then there's the regret of not chasing passions. This one cuts deep for a lot of people. Life has a way of keeping us practical. We focus on work, bills, family responsibilities, important things, of course, but the hobbies, dreams, and creative sparks get pushed to the back shelf. I spoke with a woman in her late 70s who always wanted to paint. She didn't pick up a brush until she was 75. Now she paints every day and says, "I wish I'd done this decades ago, but I'm glad I'm doing it now." That's the thing, you don't need to be young to start something new. If your heart lights up at the thought of dancing, gardening, writing, or learning an instrument, why not begin? You might not become the next great novelist or concert pianist, but you'll be richer in joy, and that's what counts. When we think about regrets, it's easy to get stuck in the too late mindset. But the truth is, as long as you're breathing, you can shift the story. You can choose a little more movement, a little more connection, a little more passion in your days. And the best part? These changes don't just add years to your life, they add life to your years. Now, let's talk about another choice many people wish they'd made differently. Watching and feel that these insights are meaningful. Please type number 2 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to do so, and don't forget to turn on the bell, so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos designed to uplift, inform, and inspire. Your support truly means a lot. It's what keeps us going and allows us to continue sharing thoughtful, helpful content just for you. Now, let's continue this journey together. Many people in their 80s look back and wish they had been braver about speaking their mind. It's not about being rude or confrontational, it's about living truthfully. They remember moments when they stayed silent to keep the peace or avoided difficult conversations because they were afraid of rocking the boat. Over time, those unspoken words build up like stones in your chest. I once heard a gentleman say, "I wish I had told my boss I deserved that promotion. I wish I had told my children sooner how proud I was. I wish I had told my late wife that I loved her every single day." Silence may avoid conflict, but it can also rob us of connection, closure, and self-respect. Speaking up, whether it's to express love, to set a boundary, or to stand up for yourself, can be uncomfortable, but it's almost always worth it. If there's something on your heart today, don't wait for the perfect time. That time is now. Another regret that comes up often is being too afraid to take risks. This doesn't always mean big, dramatic leaps like moving to another country or starting a new business, though for some, it does. Sometimes, it's smaller risks, joining a community group where you don't know anyone, signing up for a class in something you've never tried, saying yes to an unexpected invitation. People who reach their 80s often wish they had taken more chances while they had the time and freedom. They say, "I played it safe, and now I wonder what might have been." The truth is, comfort zones are cozy, but they're also where dreams go to sleep. Taking a risk doesn't mean you'll always succeed, but it almost always means you'll grow. And at this stage in life, growth isn't about climbing ladders, it's about feeling alive. So ask yourself, what's one thing you've always wanted to try, but fear has been holding you back? The worst that can happen is you learn something new about yourself. The best? You open a door to joy you didn't know was waiting for you. And then there's a regret that's more subtle but just as powerful, not appreciating the present moment enough. We're so often looking ahead to what's next or dwelling on what's behind us that we forget to notice the beauty of what's right here. People in their 80s often say, "I wish I had slowed down to enjoy the small things, the morning sunlight through the window, the laughter of my children when they were little, the quiet evenings with my spouse." When you're younger, you think those moments will come around again. But time moves in one direction, and each moment is unique. The good news? You can start savoring life today, right where you are. Next time you take a walk, put your phone away and notice the smell of the air, the sound of birds, the feeling of the ground under your feet. When you talk to a friend, really listen. When you eat a meal, take a breath and taste it fully before moving on to the next bite. These small acts of mindfulness may seem simple, but they create a life that feels rich, even in ordinary days. So many regrets stem from not living fully in the moments we were given. But here you are, with today in your hands. You can speak your truth, take that small risk, and choose to see the beauty around you. It doesn't erase the past, but it can transform the future. And there's one more kind of regret that quietly sneaks up on people later in life. The regret of working too much and living too little. This one often comes with a sigh and a faraway look, as if people can see the years they traded away for meetings, deadlines, and paychecks that now feel less important. At 80, few people say, "I wish I had spent more time in the office." What they do say is, "I wish I had been there for more family dinners. I wish I had taken that trip with my friends. I wish I had seen more sunsets, told more stories, laughed more often." Work can give us purpose and security, but when it crowds out life's simple pleasures, it leaves a hollow space that money can't fill. The truth is, it's never too late to rebalance. If you're still working, protect your personal time fiercely. If you're retired, fill your days with things that make you feel alive, not just busy. Choose the afternoon walk over the extra chore. Choose the conversation over the TV rerun. Choose moments that will turn into memories. And as we think about all these regrets, neglecting health, losing touch with loved ones, not chasing passions, staying silent, avoiding risks, rushing past the present, and overworking, it's easy to feel a pang of sadness. But here's the thing I want you to remember, regret is not the end of the story. It's a signal. It's a gentle, and sometimes not so gentle, nudge from life saying, "Hey, you can still do something about this. You can take care of your body starting today. You can make that phone call. You can start that hobby, speak those words, take that risk, slow down to notice the little joys, and give yourself permission to live more and work less." One of the most freeing truths about being over 60 is that you've already weathered storms, learned hard lessons, and discovered what really matters to you. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. This is your time, the chapter where you get to rewrite the ending exactly how you want it. You may not be able to go back and change the past, but you can absolutely shape the years ahead. It's not about perfection. It's about living in a way that, years from now, you can look back and say, "I gave it my all. I loved deeply. I showed up for my life." So if any of these regrets have touched something in you today, don't just nod and move on. Choose one thing, just one, that you can act on now. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be real. Send that text. Step outside for a walk. Pick up the pen, the brush, the phone, whatever moves you closer to the life you want. Because here's the truth, no matter your age, the best time to start living fully is today. The second best time? Tomorrow. And if you keep making those small, brave choices, you might just reach 80, 90, or beyond with a heart full of stories, not regrets. So here's to you, your courage, your second chances, and the beautiful days still ahead. Let's live them well. If this message spoke to you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Share your own lessons, or the changes you're making starting today. You never know who you might inspire. And if you found this helpful, please give the video a like and subscribe for more conversations about living your best life at any age. Here's to making the rest of your life the very best of your life.